Dan Matthews, an up-and-coming YouTube musician with a growing fan base. Not many people know that he has a birth name, Paginsu. A letter one day has turned his life upside down.
Dear Dan Matthews, I'm writing to share the information of your birth family. As you may be aware, your birth parents were married and still are married. They have one son and they have a daughter. You may also find that your brother Ji Seong is actually your twin brother.
And this has led him to embark on a journey back to Korea to meet them in person for the first time in 28 years. It was a long time coming. Dan Matthews joins me now to share with us his special story. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much.
Now let's get right to it. You've met with your biological parents and your siblings, some of whom you didn't even know existed just recently. What went through your mind as you went into that room to sit down with them?
It was a really surreal moment. It was something that I kind of played through my mind over and over again before I actually got into it. And then you walk in there and you don't expect anything. It was shocking. I think the best word to describe it is very shocking, especially the siblings. The brother I didn't know existed is actually, he's my twin brother. And so that was mind-blowing because it's like looking at yourself for the first time. And then I just couldn't stop looking at him, and it was very emotional.
Was it a happy reunion? Was there a lot of tears? What was it like?
There were a lot of tears. My mother just grabbed me and just wouldn't stop crying for 15 minutes. Oh. And the other family members just kind of sat down. It was a little uncomfortable, but generally a very happy reunion though. I think it went a lot better than what I expected. Because it obviously could have been a lot more emotional, a lot more difficult for me to be in the room, but it was generally a good reunion.
Were you able to get some of the answers you were looking for?
No, not at all. At least at this point, I feel like that I was just in shock to be able to ask anything at all. I mainly it was very small talk, and for the most part, I just kind of sat there just looking at people. I couldn't believe that I was actually in that situation.
So you didn't ask them the questions that were probably burning in your mind all these years?
Well, to be honest, I think that now that it's, up until this moment, I actually haven't had, I had one question. So there's one question that I actually did have that I got to ask. I had dinner with my birth mom and my brother yesterday. And the question was about health issues and to see if I had like if there's anything like disease-wise that I had to worry about.
Sure.
Apparently I have a pretty healthy family.
Good.
Happy about that. Bad eyesight, bad teeth, but beyond that, pretty good. But to be honest, when I was in that situation, I think all of my concentration was just going into what it was going to be like when I actually first met them, not what I was going to ask them. So I think I need to think for a very long time and just write down a lot of questions.
I'm happy that it was a happy reunion there. But you came to Korea to take part in this conference held by the International Korean Adoptee Association and held a special performance there. I would imagine this performance was more special to you than maybe some of the other performances you've had in the past.
Absolutely. I got a call to be able to perform at their closing night concert. And one, just to be able to come to Korea and be able to perform in Korea is a meaningful event in itself. But to be able to be there with other adoptees, people that share similar backgrounds, especially other people that might have a similar story. And a lot of my songs are stories about identity and things that I feel like these adoptees might be able to relate to. And I feel like it's an incredibly meaningful experience.
And you're taking part in a documentary. Arirang TV is, in fact, in this documentary, working with you. Why did you take part in this filming of this documentary? And also, what is the message that you want to deliver to your viewers and perhaps to other adoptees out there?
Absolutely. At first, it started as a very small story. A story of me coming back to Korea and capturing other adoptees' stories. And it was going to be a very small project. And then I got lucky. I got very blessed that some other people were able to come together, Eugene, Jason, Andy, Ray, and John, and they came out with me and they decided to turn this into a much bigger production. And I just couldn't believe that they wanted to do this and to turn this into a much bigger story. And what it became, especially as we started developing the story, it became not only the story of me coming back to Korea, it became a story of me reuniting with my biological family, me discovering what my identity is, and ultimately me being able to, I think, see where my direction in life is going. And I feel like the message that we'd love to convey is this message of hope, of identity. I think identity is such a huge thing for the adoptee community, and I can't believe, I'm in disbelief at the support that I've received so far from people that have seen the video that I've never met before, and that have been able to come out and support me on this project. We're doing a Kickstarter campaign, IKAA Dan, and through that, just unbelievable messages. I'm in disbelief.
Is it your first time to come back to Korea?
It's my second time coming back to Korea. I came back when I was 20, so about 8 years ago. But at that time, I was younger. I didn't really want to do too much personal searching, mainly out here to have a good time and kind of just see Korea. So that's why I feel like this time I'm emotionally ready. I'm older, more prepared.
All right. It was a soul-searching journey for you, I see. And let's talk about your future now, your future plans as a musician and also as an adoptee who's embarked on a very, very meaningful journey.
Absolutely. I think the future plans are, one, we definitely want to be able to complete this documentary and web series by hopefully the end of 2013. And so that's a big goal. And that once we put that out, there's also going to be a companion album that I'm really excited about of music that's inspired by this journey. And then from that, I just ultimately, I've got no idea. Everything's been so fresh and so new to me that I think that there's going to be some unbelievable things that happen after this experience is done. And not just for myself, but I think that for the family members that I met, this is a completely new journey for them as well as for me that we're now embarking on. And that's going to take me a long time to process how it's not just me meeting them and then I just leave and then everything's done, never going to see them again. I can't just not see them again. It's something that I have to be thinking about constantly now.
Well, thank you, Mr. Matthews, for sharing your very special story with us this morning.
Thank you so much. No, it's been an honor to be here. Thank you. If anybody wants to find out any more information on the project, they can find it at Kickstarter.com. Search for AKA Dan. And then if they want to see this happening live, they can follow me on Twitter or Instagram at DANakaDAN. And no, it's just been an honor to be here. Thank you so much.
I'll check it out myself. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.